Hey, in this video, I want to talk about a topic that I get asked quite a bit about, and I thought it was basic understanding, but after talking with several people and seeing challenges people have had, I figured I'd make a video on it, and that is, how do you decide whether you put your Z0 on the top of your project when you're putting it on your CNC bed on the top of the project, or put it on the bed itself? So I want to get into my thoughts and my experiences with how I make my decision. Now, the challenge with this is you assume that everybody knows this, so I think, why spend any time on it? But then after I talk with people, I realize that there's gaps in knowledge and people really don't understand why they're doing it, or at least some people don't. I'll give you a summary sheet up front in the presentation that talks about when I Z off the surface of the material and when I Z off the bed. But to understand why I do that takes a little more detailed knowledge and understanding about how Vectric actually calculates its toolpath based on whether you're zeroed off the top or the bed. So I'm going to get into that. And I'm hoping your eyes don't glaze over and you get brain damage from your head hitting the desk as you sit there and wonder, what the heck are you watching? If you get to that point, just go ahead and fast forward through it or head off to your other video. But if you would like to understand how the machine is actually calculating the toolpath and making its decision about where it goes and what the advantages are of each method of zeroing your bit, then I would stick around and listen to it. Of course, it's up to you. It's your time. I hope you do watch it, and I hope you give me some good feedback and let me know whether the time was worth your effort or not. With that, let's go ahead and get started into it, and I'm going to use a little different technique this time because I'm going to put up some PowerPoint slides like I was teaching you in a classroom at first, just so it's right up in front of you what I'm talking about. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start this presentation with just a summary slide so you can know when I would zero off the surface or when I would zero off the machine bed right off the bat. And you can decide whether you want to watch the rest of this video or not. My goal is to try to get this information to you in as easy a way as possible. The slides that I'm going to be using over the next few minutes, I will make completely available to you via a download with a link in the description of this video. So let's start with the summary of when I use zeroing off the surface of the material and when I use zeroing off the bed of the material. We'll start with zero off the surface. Zero off the surface is probably the most common method for zeroing your bit by most people, and most of the time it's what I would use. And I zero off the surface of the material. Let's say this is the surface of the material I'm talking about right up here. Whenever I care about how far into the material the bit is going to go. So if I'm putting a pocket tool path and I care how deep down it goes to a specific level, let's say I have a dish with a 1/2 inch bowl that I want to use, or if I'm using like a V-carve toolpath where the depth is very critical, I will go down from the top of the surface, because when the machine is calculating its depth, or when Vectric software is calculating it, it comes from the top of the material down. I'll explain that more in a minute. So now let's talk about when I would zero from the machine bed. I will zero from the machine bed. Let's say this is sitting on the bed and I'm talking about right here. I will zero from the machine bed when I'm cutting through the material, especially if you don't want to mess up your spoiler board. And I'll get into that in a minute, what I'm talking about and why that's critical. Or the other time I will zero off the bed surface is when I care about how thick the bottom is and whether that's very accurate. Let's say I'm in a thinner piece of material and I want to make sure at the bottom of whatever I'm pocketing out is at least 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch thick, so it has enough strength to hold whatever I'm putting into it. I will zero off the machine bed. Let's get into that a little bit more on why these are the choices I make. Our first consideration is recognizing the thickness of the material entered by us in the software. This 0.75 inches is critical to whichever decision we make, but it makes a significant difference on what will happen with the bit travel depending on what we're telling it to do. And for that reason, if we are zeroing off the material surface, what we're going to see is that the calculation of how deep the bit goes in is set directly by its measurement off the surface of the material. So if I tell that bit to go in 0.5 inches, it's going to go in 0.5 inches from the top straight down. And if I tell it to go down 0.75 inches to the bottom to cut through, many times we'll use a shortcut Z. That's also something we can use in the software. But if we tell it to go down what we think is measured, 0.75 inches, it's going to go down 0.75 inches. And it's going to go down 0.75 inches whether the material is really 0.75 inches or not. It's going to believe whatever you tell it in the thickness of the material. And the challenge with that is very few people do a real good job of accurately measuring the thickness of their material. Plus, if you haven't flattened or surfaced your material, it may not be a consistent depth across the whole material. So to provide perspective, I thought it might be good to compare how thick I'm talking about. So this is a caliper on a regular playing card, and I'm showing you, if you look at the numbers, that is, what is that, say 0.011 approximately inches. So if you're off by that much, you're already cutting into your spoiler board at least one player card's worth. Maybe that can give some perspective as we look at the next pictures or so, where I show you what happened with my spoiler board over time. So what does this mean? Well, if the material thickness isn't different, all right, then either you won't cut all the way through the material, meaning if your real thickness of material was 0.72 and you set it to cut 0.75, now you're cutting into the spoiler board. If the real material was 0.77 or 0.8 and you tell it to cut 0.75, it won't cut all the way through. In that case, no damage is done. Use another way to cut through it, handsaw, bandsaw, a bunch of different ways. But the problem that comes into play is when you cut deeper than you think and you start having spoiler damage. And this is what it can look like. This is an example of my spoiler. I used to always cut from the surface, and you can see these aren't very deep, these marks and so forth. Now all the holes, don't worry about the holes. Those are all my screws from holding material down. But if you don't calculate completely accurate, after a while your spoiler board can really get beat up. If you're always measuring from the top of the material when you're cutting through and you're not as accurate as you would hope. In summary, when we're calculating from the material surface, Z at the top will be 0 and everything down from there will be negative. Okay, we just got through talking about when we would Z off the surface of the material. I hope you picked up a couple items. My biggest takeaway from that was trying to preserve my spoiler board. Now, if you haven't completely zoned out by now, let's move on to talking about Zing off the bed and why, if you want to preserve your spoiler board, that's an awesome way to do it. Let's go. Let's take a look at how this changes when we measure off the machine bed. When we measure out the machine bed, Z will be 0 at the bottom, and it will be positive 0.75 at the top. It's always going up. And you can actually see this in the Vectric software. Let me demonstrate how Z is read in the Vectric software next. So what you see here is I pulled up VCarve Pro, and this is an example of a dish I made for one of my granddaughters a few years ago. Some of you may have seen it. What I've got is VCarve Pro version 12 up here. And on one side, I have the 2D view, and on the other side, I have the 3D view. And I figured this would probably be the easiest way to show how this process works. And so I'm going to go to the preview toolpath. I've actually got a spiral ball nose and a bowl bit. And so I'm set with Z at the top. If you look up in the top corner, you can see that's how Vectric's set up. Z is right here at the top. I know that my material thickness is 1.05 inches thick. If I look at my path, I am going to cut to a depth of 0.65 inches if everything works and my material is correct. So that's how I've set this up to cut. With Vectric, if I go ahead and hover over the top, you will see, I want you to look right down in this corner here as I hover over the material with the material setup being on the surface. You see how that says Z is 0.00 because it's set to Z off the surface. Now let's run the toolpath. So that's the dish. And so I'm setting here at Z0 up on top, and then as I hover over and I come into the dish, you can see that Z is 0.65. But it's not 0.65, it's minus 0.65, telling me it's 0.65 inches below the Z0. And so we know that that's going to be very accurate. It's going down that far. If I don't want to cut through my material, or if I cared how thick this bottom was so that I had plenty of thickness down there for the dish, then I'll switch over to showing you what it looks like if I were to Z off the bottom or the machine bed. To do that, I'm going to come up here to this window right here. I'm going to leave everything else the same, except I'm going to zero off the machine bed. I'm going to hit OK. It will immediately give me a question that, hey, now you have to recalculate everything because you're coming from the bottom. And I'll put yes. And it's telling me that my profile cut is going to cut through to a depth of 1.06 inches. That's how I cut the bowl out, or cut the dish out, whatever you want to call it. I'll hit OK. Everything's been calculated successfully. Now what I'm going to do is make this up. And now what I want you to notice is I want you to look down in that corner again over here. If I look at the Z at the top, it's no longer 0 inches. It's a positive number. 1.05 inches, which is the thickness of the material. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off all these other tool paths, and I'm going to preview those. And if you recall, this still says 1.05 from the previous demo. This did say minus 0.65 when we zeroed off the top. Now what does it say? It says a positive 0.4 because it's calculating it up from the bottom, which means I know for a fact that the bottom of this plate is 0.4 inches thick. I can count on that. What's even more important for me, when I Z out the machine, the thing I can be sure of is that if I set my cut-through toolpath to the exact thickness of 1.05 inches, or Z, I can count on the fact that I will not be cutting up my spoiler board. And this is how I save my spoiler board when I cut through these days, as long as I have the patience to set it that way. Now, what do I mean by patience? What I mean by patience is the one thing that I wish Vectric would do is allow you to put some toolpaths at the top of the surface of the material and some at the bottom. So then I could separate the toolpaths and know where I want to Z off. Right now, all the toolpaths are either calculated from the surface of the material or from the machine bed, whatever you set up in the material setup. So if you want to cut, say, a V-carve toolpath or something where it's critical to come down from the top, that means you will set your Z location for the top of the material. But if you want to make sure you cut through the material on the profile pass but not into the spoiler board, you'd have to reset that for the machine bed. And sometimes people are a little impatient with that. So potential issues. If you set your Z off the surface, inaccurate thickness measurement can damage your spoiler board, and that's the biggest challenge. If you set the machine for Z0 on the bed, and then you actually zero off the surface because you forgot that's where you set it. It's not a big deal. The bit will come up and just basically spin in the air. If you set the Z on the bed and your material measurement is inaccurate, it would have to be really bad. But if it was really bad, there is the potential it could crash into the top of the material as it's moving across. But that is crazy bad. That's a lot more than a card depth. Like I said, the Z safe distance is typically 0.2 inches, but you can change that. So it's really not a real issue, but I have to mention it. And if you set the machine to Z0 off the surface of the machine in the software, but then you forget and say, hey, I don't want to ruin my bed, and turn around and actually zero it off the bed, that's a bad day, because your bit will immediately go plunging through the material and into the bed if it hasn't already snapped. It is likely that you will break the bit on the way down. That's a wrap on going through the Z-zeroing on the top or Z-zeroing on the machine bed. I know I covered quite a bit, and hopefully you found it worth it. If you think you learned something along the way, a good like and a thumbs up, a share, and subscribing to the video would be helpful. But if not, I understand. I just hope I was able to get the information across to you without being too boring or too esoteric. I was really trying to figure out that balance between just common sense of sharing the information and actually explaining why the toolpath was doing what it was doing. And I do hope you picked up a kernel of knowledge or two that will help you make decisions in the future. Most of the time these days, if I'm going to cut through, like I said, I will go ahead and Z out the machine bed, and it helps keep my spoiler pretty clean. But if I'm going to do a V-carve toolpath or like for an epoxy inlay or wood inlay or something, then I'll set it off the surface. But if it doesn't matter how far I cut in, my habit these days is more likely to zero off the bed, and that's why. With that, have a great life. Have a great day. I'm wishing everyone the best, and I can't wait to see you again on this medium at some other time in the future. I'll keep making the videos. I hope you keep coming. Take care.